So this is a marks distribution part which will be done. So you might have observed that for the first we have 5 modules, so 5 COs, and for the first CO1 we were asked 30 marks and CO2 20 marks. So accordingly we had done the syllabus also, 1.5 module for that part, right? So second part, second test, 30 marks from the third module, 10 marks from the second module, and 10 marks from the fourth module. So that is why we had taken this special class and completed third module, and we started with the fourth module as well. Okay, so whatever I covered yesterday and whatever I covered today, so from that you are expected to get 10 marks question. So it is combination of little bit of second module, complete third module, and a little bit of fourth module. Okay, covering CO2, CO3 and CO4. So now we are doing or covering the course outcome 4. So what will be your syllabus? So your syllabus for your IA. So whatever left out means the IA first IA part. So whichever I have covered, it will be there. So we will be covering CO2, CO3 and CO4 half part. So these parts will be covered for your second IA, right? So I hope the part which are instructions and description, useful instruction, and assembly and C language programming, complete CO3, and here we are going to do till this non-operational quality attributes. So this will be your portion. The whichever which have blue means I have made it as a color blue now. So this will be your portion. Okay, portion for your IA. Right? I hope everything it is clear. Material, question papers, previous year question paper. Previous year it is not there. You are having only the scheme question paper, reference scheme paper it is present. Assignment question papers are there, right? And also question bank it has been uploaded. So you can use these all materials for your preparation for the second IA. Okay, so this is from my side, which is very clear. Material, notes, everything it is uploaded, all modules, everything it has been already defined, because committee had come and they suggested that you need to upload all materials. So I have uploaded all modules material. Notes wise also I have uploaded, PPT wise also I have uploaded. It can be found in the files, right? And obviously today I had given one short assignment. Short assignment due date is tomorrow, 26th, before 11:59 p.m. Okay, so before tomorrow night you need to submit this short assignment, which is of 3 questions which I have given. So that you need to submit short assignment. And today 12:30 to 12:50, okay, so 20 minutes time I'm going to conduct a quiz. So whatever I have covered yesterday and today, the topics of module 4 now, based on that one I have prepared one small quiz. So 12:30 your quiz will be starting, and deadline for that one will be 20 minutes. So 12:50 it will close. Okay, and short assignment which I have given, so you have 2 days time for that one to upload into the teams. Okay, so it is only 3 questions which I have asked. So you have prepared for module 3, so you now you will be preparing for module 4, because I want you to write something before you prepare. That is why I forcefully had to put one short assignment in between now, and for deadline I have given for 2 days, so that it will be benefiting for you to write it. And 2 days time ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಮರ್ತೋಗಿರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ it will be a problem. Okay, so any clarity you require, anything you want to ask, you can ask me. Otherwise we will go for the direct session. Okay, I I had made everything clear. So whatever I covered today will be your portions. Okay, which is nothing but the two parts attribute parts. Okay. Yesterday we discussed about the important characteristics. So these are your 6 characteristics: application domain, reactive real time, operates in harsh environment, distributed, small size and weight, and power concerns. Right. So for each we have taken examples and we have elaborated on how it is affecting on all those concerns we have seen. So quality attributes, we observe that only if we build a device that is not sufficient. The response time, right? So there are many parameters which you have to look in. Otherwise, it's of no use. So laptop, if you buy, if you don't know what is the features of it, how to make use of that one, it's of no use, right? So quality attributes can be classified into, or what is the definition of that quality attributes are the non-functional requirement that need to be documented properly in any system design. Okay. Classification of these quality attributes are of two types. One is operational quality attributes and one is non-operational quality attributes. Okay. Operational quality attributes, so it is going to have some parameter to evaluate. Okay. So we evaluate your mini projects based on some criteria. Is it or no? So we will see what is the introduction, what is the literature survey, what is the objective, how you have implemented, which hardware, which software, what is the expected outcome, and finally what is the conclusion, and which are the references you have used, right? And to test that one, we will be asking some questions pertaining to that: what is existing, what is new thing, what is a novelty, right? How you have done that, so how you are implementing, so all those stuff. When I implement also, I need to test, and when I am testing, I should also check that what values I am getting, what are expected outcome values, and what I am going to get. So for this one, we require some parameters to be assigned, right? That is what we call it as a attributes for the embedded system. So we are going to check, because as it is a processor, so first thing what we have to see is that whether it will respond to or not, right? What is the throughput, what is the reliability, what is the maintainability, what is the security, and what is the safety, right? So security, safety is almost similar type, but there is a lot of difference between the safety of a device and how security of the device can be achieved. So response is a measure of quickness of the system, right? I have given that morning television, if I on, and after 1 hour or 2 hour if it is getting on, means how you will react. So you feel disgusted and you will throw that one and you will leave, right? So your device should respond within a stimulated time which you will be setting. If it is taking more time, then what happens? You will switch off and you will go, right? You take the mobile phone, I should make a call easily. If it is giving a problem, then again you will throw that one, right? So response time is will be a major factor for any of the embedded system device, right? So we cannot wait. That is the thing which is don't like by this embedded processor. So it will just requires any response if no input data is there, but still you need to process the data because you are forcing that data, right? Some Most of the embedded system demand fast response, which should be almost real time. For example, an embedded system deployed in flight control application should respond in a real time manner. Any response delay in a system will create potential damages to the safety of the flight, right? So these are all factors of a response. Then we have a throughput which deals with the respect to the efficiency of the system. So how what transmit reliability. So reliability you have to measure in some expression which is in terms of mean time between in failures and mean time to repair. So sometimes what happens when after sometimes it itself get problem solved and it will be working fine. We have seen some issues. Sometimes it will break, right? It will failure, right? Sometimes it itself get automated, right? That we call it as a mean time to repair. Or if the device is possible for what you call repairing the part, we can do that part also. Maintainability, scheduled a periodic maintenance. So every time we will check. If you buy any motor vehicle or two-wheeler, so every time they will send a message every 6 months. So this is a servicing message which we have to follow, right? What it does, it will check everything. They will check all the, one second. So service messages you will get means what? 6 months over you need to get service so that it will work efficiently. Not only for a motor vehicle, you see for any devices, they will do that. Right? Few of the devices without service also they will be working fine. But later when problem arises, then what happens? You have to pay more money, because if you do regular servicing, then what happens? The failure or the whatever the loss will can be minimized. That is the main thing. Maintenance to unexpected failures. Sometimes high power supply it will happen. So during that time we cannot do. So then we need to call the respective people and do servicing for that particular thing. So maintenance costs also is one primary factor when you have to think about any embedded system. See, we will pay around thousands of rupees for an embedded system, and if you don't maintain that properly, then what happens? Everything will go in waste, right? It is waste of money for putting so much effort in buying that one, and if you are not maintaining the things properly, then it is your loss only, right? So these are the factors which will come into the maintainability, and that you can measure with this expression, which is availability in the ideal condition. So every time you will see what is the normal response time which will be present. Usually we call it as a efficiency, how much it will be present, but it has been calculated by this expression. So you may expect some few numericals for the exam point of view also by using this formula. So two problems we had solved yesterday where he gave examples of mean time to repair and mean time to failure, and he asked you to calculate what is the availability. Here he is asked you to calculate mean time to repair by giving mean time to failure information and what is the availability time. So reverse way he has calculated and two numericals part was present. Next comes with respect to this security, right? So you observe that if I take again same example of a washing machine, so there will be a child lock, right? Now everywhere you observe this child lock, it has been inherent with these embedded system devices, okay? Because they will, kids what they will do is that if they see any device, if they see that switch button type of a kind of thing, so they will just go there and they will just press, and then what happens? When a process is running and in between somebody has disturbing or interrupting the things, then how it will execute the task? So it will be a problem. So what they will do is that they will put it into the what method? This child lock method. Then what happens? Child lock, if it is enabled, then it is very difficult for the to break that system, right? So what is a child lock, how it is done, so all those things. Child lock, it is what they will do is that everything they will, if child lock is it is made active, then what happens? All the functioning of the keys will be stagnant, right? So you will have no authority to change that one. So when you have to remove that, so when it starts till it completes, it will not listen, right? That is what it is happening in our case. So one session start, once I start giving a lecture and I am continuously giving, there is nobody having any doubts from your end. So if it is no doubts, what I have to do? I just keep on speaking and complete, and at the end I should end this session. So there is no question and answers. I don't know whether you have understood or not stuff, because I was asking these questions previous semester, okay? So before this lockdown, because 2 semester we have done this through online only, so last year also online was there, so everyone was very eager to know about this online kind of a teaching, okay? So we were also not accustomed with this platform, so we tried a number of things, and every time for 10 minutes or 5 minutes we were asking the students whether you have understood, why you are not replying, why you are not online, why your video is not enabled, it is not enabled on, why it is not enabled. So we were asking lot of these questions, right? And finally we found out that students response to this online teaching is very poor, right? And we see the consequences also, the results also, it was very poor, right? Results also very poor. But all the students, they said that evaluation has been done very strict, that is why we failed. See, to be really frank with you, I also evaluated n number of scripts, your subject, different subject. Who are the students I'm not knowing, but the content of information or the content what they had written in the answer sheet was very minimal, was very less. Okay, so with that we cannot expect them to pass, right? And obviously few subjects will be tough where you cannot read on your own, because your knowledge level also we have to think. It is very difficult to concentrate, but still you should put your effort. Okay. Now what is the situation is that I have understood that many people will not uh, put effort in learning the things. Right. So what my way of presenting or the things it has happened change over the this 1 year is that, so we need to do our task. We need to complete the part from our end. We need to present our things in a presentable way. Give sufficient materials to you. Give sufficient time to you and make you work out. So at least you will start putting effort. If there is no reply also, I'm least bothered. Okay, because I need to continue with that. Right. And finally it is left to you that you need to take up the exam. So you need to put your effort. So previous semester it is a test for you. So you understand it will be not easy. So at least this semester you have to put effort. Then only you will be eligible for the higher SEM. Otherwise you will be detained. That is the thing which I can say from my end. Obviously we observe that how the lab will be there, how our presentation will be there, all those things will be matters, right? So I will expect you to participate, to interact, to ask questions, right? Then only you will be learning. Otherwise it's just like a, I am coming here, presenting here, and you hearing and you leaving and you have not learnt anything. So we are putting so much effort. You observe that we are making a slides so that you will understand. We have made all information available to you, right? We are organizing quiz to you. For preparation of that quiz you imagine, for evaluating of that quiz you imagine, for giving short assignment you observe, for giving module assignment you think, that also we are evaluating for marks, that also we are including. So much stuff or so much effort we are putting. And for you people, you are also doing, but I found that only around 70 to 80% are doing, and still another 20% they are not contributing. That is a factor, because no, 35, 38, 41, 44 people are responding to the quiz, people are responding to the assignment. Other people, they are not doing. So their vision is, I don't want to talk all those stuff. So security part is the important parameter of an embedded system. Confidentiality, integrity, and availability are the three major measure of the information security. So what do you think about this? confidentiality deals with the protection of data and application from I think there was a internet issue. Right. So security, when you talk about, you have to identify these three words. Right. So PDAs, I'm saying portable document, personal digital assessment, which I'm saying. So PDF, PPT, so authorization and everything comes into picture, which you need to be make sure that it is not taken. Right. Few people will take our content and they will present it as theirs. So that is a biggest problem which you are going to face. So all these things we need to avoid. Okay, all these things we need to avoid. It is shared one. Okay, if it is shared one, there should be some mechanism in the form of availability of username and password to access into a particular personal profile. This is an example of an availability. Right. So this is a read-only access. It allocated to all users. By default, when I'm uploading any of the assignment and all those things, you are not supposed to edit. That edit option only we have disabled it. So anyhow, you are not going to do those things. So that is the security issues which you can observe in this embedded system also. Safety deals with the possibility damages that can happen to the operator, public and environment due to the breakdown of any embedded system. The breakdown of a embedded system may occur due to the hardware failure or a firmware failure. Safety analysis is a must in product engineer to evaluate the anticipated damages and determine the best course of action to bring down the consequences of the damages to an acceptable level. That is why I said that maintainability and safety are the two important parameters. So he will be telling, sir, another 5 days you can manage it, but next time if you are going to work, you need to replace this component. Right? Because otherwise it will harm to your complete device. That is the thing which you need to make sure. Some of the safety threats are sudden like a product breakdown, and some of them are gradual like hazardous emission of the product. So these are the different classification of the operational quality attributes. Non-operational quality attributes, here also we have few of the terms, right? Like testability and debugability, evolvability, portability, time to prototype and market, per unit and total cost. So some are dependable or some are not dependable on actual product because it is with respect to the situation how it is been built. Okay. Testability and debugability. Testability deals with how easily one can test application and by which means he can test, because I wanted to test whether it will work for all conditions or not. So in the lab exam also you will write a program. It will work for only some condition. It will not work for all conditions. So faculty who is one who is experienced one, he will ask that this is the data, I want to see the output. So for that data, if you give the output, then you will tell it is correct. Otherwise, you will tell that this is wrong. Why? Because for all test cases we cannot do. If it is 8-bit data, for 3 zeros to 3 1, you are going to check. 4 zeros to 4 1, you are going to check. If it is 5 zeros to 5 ones, 64 combination, whether it is possible for you to test all thing. So randomly you will pick and you will be selecting the topics, right? So that is what it means about this testability. Debugability, if any problem arise, whether you are able to identify that problem where it is happening. So that is the important parameter you should be aware of. Okay. And also we are doing this module 4. So course outcome 4 we are following. Okay, course outcome 4. Okay. So debug problems usually I observe in the communication system lab. So you will build a circuit and you will tell, sir, I have done the connection correctly, but I am not getting the output. Right. Your friend is doing same circuit, say suppose say low pass filter. So there also two resistor, two capacitor arranged in series, user upon power supply, then ground. So that circuit we are using from past 10 years. Okay, that circuitry we have not changed. The components we have not changed. Your breadboard we have not changed. Everything is same. So one batch is getting the output, another batch is not getting the output. So what is the reason that another batch is not getting the output? So you will tell that their bad luck is there, that is why you are not getting? No. So when I am telling with respect to a components, there won't be any good luck or bad luck. It is only thing is that how you have analyzed this circuit and how you have built this circuit. And if there is a problem, that is why you are not going to get the output. Okay. For to explain that one, so for my when I joined this SVC in 2011, so they assigned me for the communication lab. So this was the first lab which I have done. So I was low pass filter only I was doing. So first they were doing low pass. Every student was doing low pass. So I wanted to go for the next experiment because next week is high pass filter. So I did high pass filter and I'm not getting the output. Okay. I asked for the components replacement. They gave components replacement. I did. I required requested for another power supply. They have given. So every component they I changed and everything, but still I didn't get the output. Right. So I check the component. I check the circuit. I replace the breadboard. Everything I have done. Where is the problem? It was there, right? So power supply, when I'm connecting that wire from plus 12 volts to the positive and negative was connecting to ground, right? So in that power supply, the wire, it was not properly joined. Because of that reason, I was not able to get the output properly. So I tried around 20 to 25 times to get that particular output. Means what I am trying to tell is that there were people saying, sir, we will try tomorrow, today it is not coming, we will try. Right. The thing is that somewhere the problem will be there that we need to identify. Means what you should know where is the problem present. So that is why this debugging thing will be a major factor. So if there is if anyone is making a noise in the class, so I should be in a position to identify him or her immediately. So if I am not having that capability, then what happens? The class will be off, everyone will be talking, everyone will be murmuring, and I won't be have any control on that. Right. So if you people, if you are unmuting and all those things, if you are not responding, then what we have to do is that we should remove you from the group. And settings I have to change, allow only me that I have to do. Right. So these will be things because I want you to understand that circuitry and everything it will be always thing is that we always I also tell that these things has happened here also. Sir, I am not able to upload, I am not able to submit my assignment. Your friends are doing, right? You are not able to do means there is problem with your device or the way which you are doing. I will always say that if you try 100 times in a wrong way, you are not going to get output. If you try correct way in one time. If you try for the correct way, if you do, you are going to get immediately the output. As simple as that. Sir, I have tried 100 times. 100 times you have tried, but you have tried wrongly. Correct way method you didn't try. Some alternate method you have used, so only you are not going to get output. Right? Because I am not the one who has designed that one. Somebody has designed, somebody has been getting that output, he has published that one, and that we are following it. So when we are following, we should definitely get the output. We will not get any new output, right? So that is a thing which will be present here. That is why I wanted to highlight this one. This debugging capability is one important factor. Okay. So we have hardware level debugging and firmware level debugging. Right. And next part will be your evolvability. Right. It is referred to as non-heritability variation in biology. For an example, quality attribute refers to the ease with the embedded product can be modified to take advantage of the new format. Availability means you are providing some extra features in the future scenario. Right. So now OS whatever update is there you are getting. Another 6 months again OS update. Whether your mobile phone will support it or not, it should definitely support. That is the thing what you can observe here. Next is portability. So laptop, mobile phone are all portable devices, right? So that is a part which you have to do. I think assignment, quiz it has been enabled, right? Yes, quiz is available. So all of you can take up the quiz. So I will stop presenting the slide. You have 20 minutes of time, around 5 questions or something. Some questions are given. The time limit is 20 minutes because it is not MCQ. You have to type. So only I am stopping here. You can take up the quiz now. Students, another 10 minutes is there. Kindly complete it. Sufficient time, right? 20 minutes or 10 minutes more you want? Shall I extend for another 10 minutes?
Yes, sir, extend.
Okay. Yeah, 8 papers are turned in. So you people submitted, okay?